Gold doesn't vanish, but in the ancient world, it did. From Solomon's temple to the palaces of the pharaohs, ancient civilizations hoarded unimaginable quantities of gold. They buried it, consecrated it, and built empires upon it. Yet today, the world's museums and treasuries hold only fragments. Where did it go? The Bible tells us Solomon's temple alone held over 500 tons of gold in shields, altars, furniture, and sacred artifacts. Egypt's wealth was legendary. Babylon plundered kingdoms. But after each empire fell, the gold was rarely found intact. Were they looted, hidden, smelted down, and recast through history? If you're fascinated by unsolved history, hidden treasure, and the secrets lost to time, this journey is for you. Subscribe, like, and let's uncover the mystery together. The Bible describes Solomon's temple as overflowing with wealth. According to 1 Kings 10, verse 14, Solomon received 666 talents of gold each year, equivalent to more than 22 metric tons annually. His temple furnishings, including the famed menorah and the golden altar, were made of pure gold. Even his throne, guarded by 12 lions, was overlaid with gold. By some estimates, the temple may have contained over 500 tons of gold, not including the silver and bronze. But when the Babylonians sacked Jerusalem in 586 BCE, much of this treasure vanished from the historical record. Some claim the Ark of the Covenant was taken, others that it was hidden by priests deep beneath the temple. The Babylonian chronicles speak of treasures taken from Jerusalem, but make no mention of golden furniture. Was it melted down or buried in secret tunnels beneath the Temple Mount, waiting for the right time to resurface? Solomon's gold continues to haunt theologians and treasure hunters alike. And despite centuries of digging, no definitive trace has ever been found. Ancient Egypt's relationship with gold bordered on divine obsession. The pharaohs believed gold was the flesh of the gods, eternal, incorruptible, and sacred. From the golden masks of Tutankhamun to the treasure chambers beneath the sands, Egypt held vast stores of the celestial metal. Temples in Karnak and Luxor were adorned with golden offerings. The tombs of kings, especially in the Valley of the Kings, were packed with jewelry, statues, chariots, and even entire beds made of gold. Yet most tombs today lie empty, their treasures looted long ago. The late period of Egypt was marked by relentless tomb robbing. During political chaos and foreign invasions by the Assyrians, Persians, Greeks, and finally the Romans, Egypt's gold was systematically pillaged. Rome alone is said to have extracted over 6,000 talents of gold after the conquest. But not all treasures were taken abroad. Egyptian priests were known to hide sacred artifacts in underground caches during times of unrest. In 1891, a cache of over 50 mummies in gold-laced coffins was discovered at Deir el-Bahari, intentionally hidden to protect them from looters. What else might remain undiscovered beneath the shifting desert? And then there's Akhenaten, the heretic pharaoh. His radical religious reforms disrupted temple economics. Did his followers hide the gold when the old gods returned? No one knows. Today, much of Egypt's ancient wealth remains missing, and each tomb open is a gamble of finding wonder or the echo of what once was. The Babylonian Empire was a force of ruthless expansion. Under King Nebuchadnezzar II, Jerusalem was besieged and its treasures stripped. The Hebrew Bible records the looting in 2 Kings 24 and 25. He carried out from there all the treasures of the house of the Lord and the treasures of the king's house. But what exactly was taken? Clay tablets, including the Babylonian Chronicles, speak of prisoners and temple objects, but they remain vague on details. Gold from Solomon's temple, if captured, would have been immense in quantity. Yet no Babylonian cache or vault bearing sacred Hebrew artifacts has ever been discovered. One theory suggests that the gold was immediately melted down and absorbed into Babylon's monetary system. Its purity lost to coinage and war chests. Another posits that Babylon, aware of the sacredness of the objects, stored them separately or destroyed them to symbolically conquer Yahweh's power. Yet some Jewish traditions claim that certain priests hid the most important relics, including the Ark of the Covenant and the menorah, in underground labyrinths beneath the Temple Mount, sealed by traps and divine curses. This legend continues to drive explorers and researchers. When Babylon fell to Persia under Cyrus the Great in 539 BCE, Some temple items were returned, as recorded in the Book of Ezra, but it was only a fraction. Where is the rest? What Babylon took still haunts the faithful, the curious, and the treasure hunter. Its silence echoes across the ruins. Of all the sacred treasures lost to time, none carries the weight and mystery of the Ark of the Covenant. Said to contain the stone tablets of the Ten Commandments, Aaron's rod, and a jar of manna, the Ark was more than just a religious artifact. It was believed to embody the presence of God himself. Its fate is one of the great historical riddles. When the Babylonians razed Jerusalem, many temple artifacts were listed among the spoils, but the Ark was not. Some believe it was destroyed in the fires. Others argue it was taken and hidden before the city fell. A 2nd century BCE Jewish text known as the Book of Maccabees claims the prophet Jeremiah hid the Ark in a cave on Mount Nebo. Ethiopian tradition, on the other hand, holds that the Ark was brought to Aksum by Menelik I, the son of Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. If true, it may still rest in the chapel of the tablet in Aksum, under guard by a single monk who is forbidden to leave. The Ark's disappearance is emblematic of a larger question. Where did all the sacred gold and treasures of the first temple go? Are they buried under the Temple Mount? Smuggled away to Babylon? Hidden in plain sight? Disguised and scattered through time? Unlike ordinary treasure, these items held symbolic power. They were not just valuable, they were holy. And perhaps it was that holiness which sealed their fate, to remain unseen, feared, and protected beyond memory. The mystery of the Ark is not merely about gold. It's about presence-absence, and the silence that history refuses to break. The fall of the Second Temple in 70 CE by the Romans unleashed another chapter in the saga of sacred gold. As with the First Temple, the Roman legions plundered the temple riches, famously carrying the menorah and sacred vessels through the streets of Rome in triumph. The Arch of Titus immortalizes this moment in stone. But what happened to these items afterward? Roman records go silent. Some claim they were stored in the Temple of Peace in Rome, which later burned. Others believe they were hidden by Roman elites or gradually lost to looting and time. Centuries later, the Knights Templar entered the scene. Founded in the 12th century, these warrior monks were granted headquarters atop the Temple Mount, the very foundation of the ancient Jewish temples. Rumors soon followed that the Templars discovered secret vaults beneath the mount, that they unearthed lost scrolls, gold, and sacred artifacts. These legends only grew after the Templars' fall in the 14th century. Whispers spread that their sudden wealth, secret rites, and mysterious knowledge were due to what they found beneath Solomon's stables. Some even say the Templars moved the treasures to France, or hid them across Europe. The link between the temple gold and the Templars may be folklore, or it may point to a continuous chain of secrecy and guardianship, from Jerusalem to Rome, to the hands of those who believe themselves chosen to protect what must never be revealed. The gold may be lost, but the myth it forged still gleams, in stone, in scripture, and in silence.